there, welcome to Flory Models Daily Vlog here on Monday the 28th of December. I trust you've all had a fantastic Christmas and a bit of a break. Cracking on today, back to the grindstone for me. Grindstone, is it L? Been working on various things over the last couple of days and over Christmas. One of those was completing the TIE Fighters. Now the TIE Fighters, you might remember, me and Sid and Steve all built a TIE Fighter on one of the live shows. Must have been back in September, something else like that, August, September last year. So what we've actually done, or I've done, is dismantled them completely and painted them. To be honest, they came apart quite easily. Just pinging them apart, getting them back together was a little bit of an issue, just working out how it all goes again. But generally, no problems at all with that. So we've actually painted these up. Very, very basic painting, which we'll cover on this one in a moment. We've also done Darth Vader's TIE Fighter, or advanced TIE Fighter down here, which will complete our sort of trench run. The idea with it is, said, we're going to make a little trench run system. We did a little bit of moulding, we got some of these bases. I've got a little bit of, I don't know actually, I might use a bit of the styrene sheet that we got down there, or I might use some foam board to make it up, spray it, simple weathering job on it. I'm just going to airbrush and wash onto it and everything else, and that will do it. And we'll recreate this type of scene. So hopefully we'll have an X-Wing down the front. We have Darth behind and two of the escort TIE Fighters with him going down the trench run. So it's going to be quite small, and I was just working it out roughly. I think we're going to have it about this type of big. So it's going to be about sort of 3 tiles deep, a section, and then go through it like that. So it should be a lot of fun and something basically a straightforward job to put together. I'm not going to go right the way over the top here with fire scenes and lighting and turbo lasers and all the rest of it. It's just something straightforward for this one. But needless to say, we've done a full video build on Darth's TIE Fighter, and I've also included the painting stage of the normal TIE Fighter as well, because to be honest, they go together basically the same. It's only the bit at the back. So from that point of view, it just covers all the TIE Fighters just like that. So that will be up hopefully beginning of next week. Okay, so I've got to do the editing for that, but at the moment I'm cracking on quite nicely. We've also got the Stormtrooper. So what I've done is, for this one, I've got him here. The other one isn't quite finished yet, we're going to do it, but I've done a Stormtrooper and the new First Order Stormtrooper. I've got the box here, okay, and I've done a video build on that as well. Okay, so it covers both of them. They're almost identical the way they go together. It's just obviously differences with the armour and helmet and all things like that. But needless to say, he's done and completed. The other one's got a little bit more to do down here, and they are absolutely fantastic. So that will give us 3 Stormtroopers. So we've got this guy, the Sand Trooper, and then obviously the First Order Trooper as well. So they're done. So again, that'll be a standalone video build, hopefully up towards the end of the week. Okay, things like that. In the meantime, you've got this beast, which is still, I think, my favourite to date. This is the Y-Wing. Absolutely loved it. It was a fantastic build. Really enjoyed this one. The detailing, the paintwork, and all the bits and pieces, I just love the way it went and all the rest of it. So that's up with you today. So you've got part 3, it's up on the site, you can watch that one. And that will talk about obviously the weathering process of going through it and all the bits and pieces like that. Then you've got part 4, which is a slightly longer part. I think it's around about sort of 35-40 minutes as well. So that's going to be up at the end of the week as well. So you guys can see that one. So as I said, Star Wars month has progressed actually quite nicely, and I was a bit kicking myself that I haven't done more. But when you look at actually how many we've done the Falcon, C-3PO, the droids, and then these lot as well, or through the middle here, the other troops we got over there. So we've actually done quite well. What I'm still going to do though is the speeder bikes. I really want to do that, and we want to do Boba Fett, so I want to weather him as well. I'm away actually over New Year for 4 days before we come back, and then as soon as I'm back, I'm going to then carry on with those particular builds, as well as cracking straight into the ones we're doing for next year. As we spoke about, we'll speak about in a moment, but my first one is going to be the Terminator. I've got the upgrade parts for that as well, for the Russian fire support vehicle. That's the main kit, so that's going to be my first build as we come back, and finish off my Star Wars builds I want to do and put them in. So everything's going to roll in. Speaking of which, obviously the first group build you're all getting quite excited about. Remember to get your Sherman ones done, the Star Wars ones done, and the red versus blue ones done. Get them completed. You've literally got, what, 3 days to get them done, so push on with those. All right, and then obviously we're going to kick off. Now, it's been lots of confusion. I'm going to say confusion because I'm hoping it's confusion and not just people really trying it on, okay? But a lot of it is the animal group build that's coming up. Basically, it has to be an animal. But you can't have things like a yak, because yak is a shortened version of whatever it is, a yak off. Okay, so a yak doesn't count. Okay, it's not the manufacturer's name, that doesn't do. So you can't have a Fokker Wolf because it's a wolf. No, that doesn't count. That's the people who built it. That's not the actual aircraft's name. The next one who puts them up, we're just going to say yeah and then delete it. Because honestly guys, use your common sense. It's not rocket science this. As long as it is named after an animal, it counts. It doesn't matter what it is. So as I said, keeping it simple, things like a Ford Mustang, okay, for a car, that's no problem. An F-15 Eagle, F-15 Strike Eagle, it's still an Eagle, okay. F-16 Falcon, you know, F-18 Hornet, things like that. We know there's obviously language things as well, and we know there is some mythical beasts. So we've said as long as it's mainstream mythical, i.e. Pegasus counts, dragons count, unicorns count, because we all know they're real anyway, all right? But if it's some obscure thing no one's ever heard of, then no, it won't count, okay? But basically, you've got tons and tons and tons of choice out there. It's not, you know, hard to find some subjects, but some of you have come up some really obscure and saying, oh, but it is, no, it doesn't count. It's as simple as that, okay? We're just trying to keep it mainstream so people identify with it. That's the whole point of this, is saying it's an F-15 Eagle. It's an Eagle, everyone knows what it is. But saying manufacturers' names, you know, and then trying to get that through because it counts, no, that doesn't count, okay? You're just being silly now, guys. Let's try and keep it simple, easier for the mods as well, because I know Steve and Hans are both pulling their hair out over this one, because you lot are running and ragged trying to get good things in. In a minute, it will just be, fine, put them in, and then I'll go along and delete them. Or shift them out, and then you're going to be, but why? Well, it's because you're taking the mick, okay? So let's just try and be sensible with this one and just get sensible things going through there and give the guys in the forum a less hard time, shall we say, about what can and can't go through, because say common sense on this one and go through it like that. So really, that is about it. I'll be back with you tomorrow. Hopefully we're going to have the stormtroopers are all be up and showing, ready to go, and then obviously I'll put up the video of the troopers, because it's all going to be one video with the troopers going up there as well, as we make our way through. And then I'll be starting straight away on the speeder bike next up. So we're going to go with the Scout with the speeder bike, painting, weathering and that. If it's anything like these guys going together, it shouldn't take too long at all. Should be a simple one-day build and everything else like that. As I say, hope you're enjoying your break, hope you're enjoying the holiday. Hopefully you've still got a little bit more to go. You can get some great builds done and things like that. So until tomorrow everybody, happy modelling, take care.